This is the Good Food Project story. Growing good, nutritious food is good for everyone because a healthy life is a happy life. Hi, my name is Tammy Tomato. I started as a tiny sprout at the Good Food Project demonstration garden. My fruit and vegetable family and friends grow in rich, dark soil at many school and community gardens all over the 11 parishes served by the Food Bank of Central Louisiana. Our story started out at the food bank in 2011. Some great people called the Kellers showed love for the community by helping the food bank start the Good Food Project. They wanted to give people a chance to know more about growing their own fresh and healthy food. Since then, we've worked with many kids and adults, helping them to learn to grow a garden every step of the way. One of the best ways to learn about growing food is to get your hands dirty in the garden. We hope you get to visit or be part of one of our gardens very soon. Until then, join me and all my friends as we tell you about our organic garden journey at the mini gardens supported by the Good Food Project. The first rule of gardening at the Good Food Project is to observe. When you look around your garden every day, you start to learn things about it. Looking helps you see new sprouts coming out of the soil, see if a plant needs water, see which way the wind blows, and to see if there's enough sunlight. So soil, water, sunlight, and wind are just some of the things that plants need to grow. After a while, you start to see that other things help plants to grow as well. Have you ever noticed bees and birds in the garden? They are important because they help pollinate the plants. As a matter of fact, you are an important pollinator in the garden too. All living creatures pick up pollen from a flower and move it around in the garden. Our Good Food Project staff moves lots of soil to our garden partner sites. We know how important soil is because it is where plants get their nutrients. The roots and stems carry the nutrients and water up and out to the leaves. Air gets into the pores of the plant, then mixes with the nutrients, water, and energy that comes from the sun. All of those things help plants make their sugary food called glucose. The whole process that happens in the plant's little leaf factory is called photosynthesis. Soil is home to some very tiny living creatures called microbes that eat away at the organic matter. Earthworms then eat the soil. They also move the soil and fertilize the soil. If you see earthworms in your garden, you know you have good soil. Observing helps you understand that every living thing has a special connection in the garden's ecosystem. A biodiverse garden includes you and everything in it. Growing food organically means that we do not use chemicals to make our plants grow. Chemicals are made from fossil fuels that may be harmful to soil, plants, and then people. For many years, the chemical fertilizers that big farms use have washed down into streams and rivers. The buildup of those chemicals chokes the oxygen out of the water. The creatures that live in the waterways and oceans cannot get the air they need, so they die. Fossil fuels are not renewable resources. They will not last forever. The Good Food Project believes in being kind to the earth and to the animals as we can. Instead of chemical fertilizers, we use composted chicken manure, dried sea kelp, worm castings, and rabbit manure. Yes, it is true. We love the poop that comes from chickens, worms, and rabbits. Why? Because those are natural fertilizers that are good for the soil, the plants, and people. It is part of the circle of life that helps keep all of us going and growing. Farmers use this way of growing food for thousands of years. This is called sustainable farming and gardening. If you learn how to practice growing food this way, you can teach your children, and they can teach their children for a very long time. To grow food well, you must know when and how you can plant certain things. Cabbage will not grow in the summer in Louisiana because it is too hot. A cultural recommendation guide helps us know what to plant and when to plant. This is a long list of different vegetables and fruits that we can plant during each of the growing seasons. It's a very valuable garden tool. In Central Louisiana, there are different foods that can be grown all year long. If you farm or garden for a long time, you start learning that things grow well in your area. Ask someone in your family who has a garden what they plant in the fall, in the spring, or in the summer. The United States is divided up into 11 different growing zones. Our zone is number 8. The back of a pack of seeds shows us what months of the year we can grow certain foods. It tells us some other things too. How many days it takes for a seed to sprout, to germinate, how deep to plant a seed, how far to space the plants or the rows, and how many days it will take to have a first harvest. A pack of seeds is full of good information. Growing food starts with good soil. We step on billions of pieces of soil each day. Did you ever think about that? A sustainable gardening practice that we use at the Good Food Project is called composting. Composting helps us make good organic matter or compost to build our garden rows and fill our garden beds so we can grow healthy plants. Compost is filled with thousands and thousands of microbes, like mighty mini microbe of the Natural Resources Conservation Service, NRCS USDA, a Good Food Project partner. Good Food Project staff collects old vegetable plants that do not have any pests or diseases, and fruits from the food bank warehouse, grass clippings, coffee grounds, filters, tea bags, and eggshells. All of these go into the compost bin made from wooden warehouse pallets. Over time, the microbes eat away at all these things. All the organic materials break down into tinier and tinier pieces. Earthworms come along and eat the organic materials that contain the microbes. After they eat, the worms poop, and their waste helps fertilize the soil. This broken down organic matter helps vegetables and fruit grow healthier and stronger. Good Food Project teaches different ways to grow food at school gardens, at community gardens, and for home gardeners. Our program teaches that you do not have to have large fossil fuel burning equipment to grow your own food. One example that we use is the low or no-till way to make garden rows. Instead of using a plow or a tiller, we build lasagna-style rows by laying down cardboard and sometimes shredded paper on top of the grass to form short rows. We wet the paper down before adding soil or compost, and this helps to kill the weeds. The cardboard breaks down over time. Earthworms come to the soil because they love wet paper. For school gardens, we build 4 by 8 feet cypress wood raised beds. Cypress wood has no chemicals and will naturally keep pests away. These boxes are easy to place at a school. They're easy to take care of, especially for students and teachers. Lots of food can be grown in these kinds of garden beds. For people who do not have big spaces to grow food, the Good Food Project teaches about container gardening. Any container that can have holes punched in the bottom can be a container to grow food. The holes are punched so that the water flows through the soil. Examples are large flower pots, old buckets, and even milk jugs. A fun part of the Good Food Project demonstration garden are the animals. We raise chickens for the eggs they produce. The mission of the food bank is to alleviate hunger in Central Louisiana. So the food we grow and the eggs we get at the demonstration garden goes to the food bank clients. The chickens are fun to watch and fun to learn about. Chickens have fantastic eyesight. They can see many more colors than humans and have a 300-degree field of vision. This is how they can spot those little bugs in the garden. Other cute farm animals at the Good Food Project are the black and white Dutch bunnies. They are small rabbits that do not weigh more than 5 pounds. They're very easy to identify because of the white marks on their noses, the white collar around their neck, and the white saddle on their backs. Everyone at the food bank and the Good Food Project love the bunnies. They are so soft and cuddly. Even though we love them, it is their poop that we really love. It is a great fertilizer that can go straight into the garden beds. A different type of animal that we raise are the red wiggler worms. We keep them in a plastic bin where they eat paper, leafy greens, and other vegetable scraps. Each worm can lay eggs to make more red wigglers. They live to eat, lay eggs, and poop. Their poop is one of the best fertilizers for an organic garden. A very important part of the work we do at the Good Food Project is to talk about healthy eating. We love to have cooking demonstrations at different places so people can try new and nutritious foods. The Good Food Project team prepares dishes with some of our friends at partner gardens, at schools, or in the community. Sometimes we use recipes for dairy, fruit, or vegetable dishes from the other places and cultures. And sometimes we help kids learn how to make their own healthy snacks. Food brings people together for creative and fun ways of learning. Try some new food as often as you can. We hope you've enjoyed learning about the Good Food Project. We invite you to think about joining all of us on our team who know that being in a garden is being where there is something new to learn and enjoy every day. Start with a little seed and see where it leads you. There are many adventures to be found in a place that is so full of life. Look around you and see the wonders nature has to offer. We are here to help you along the way with garden tips and nutrition information because a healthy life is a happy life.